do you think of the, I don't know if you've seen it, Adolescence? Because I watched Adolescence, and it's interesting because you even got a mention in it. I don't know if you knew that, but they actually mentioned you by name.
I don't watch psyop, garbage slop from The Matrix. Because Adolescence, actually, the only thing that upset me about Adolescence is a guy who I actually quite liked from Top Boy sold out to get the job, Asher D, with his very...
Why did he do that? Why do you reckon he did that?
Well, he has a very colorful criminal past. He's been convicted of, firearms offenses and went to jail. I have no convictions in the world. So you'd like to think that he knows a little bit better about the world and how things work and that no men are actually perfect. And understanding that I haven't been convicted, a lot of this is media smear. I'm sure he's smart enough to know this. But he also needs to keep his job and needs to get acting jobs. This is why people sell their soul. I was offered to sell my soul. There's a famous story. I was offered $50 million in a sponsorship contract to shut up, and I didn't. So he needs the job, and he gets to be in adolescence. He gets to be paid. He has a family to feed.
I'm not even number one rated right now.
Well, yeah, I'm not even mad at the guy, but he did sell out. He did sell out. He sold me out. I don't know him, but he knows what he was saying about me is a lie. But he needs the money. That's his problem. That's his conscience. As for the show Adolescence, that's a psyop. And the reason it's a psyop is because masculinity is directly under attack, because it's masculinity that's going to resist the enslavement that's coming for the United Kingdom and most of the Western world. Let's actually cut the bullshit for 5 seconds. People are dying in England. And the reason the streets are not safe for men or women in England, the reason there is stabbing in England, the reason there are watches being stolen in England, the reason London's a shithole is because of migration. That's the bottom line. So what do? They come and say, oh, look at this little white boy, this little white native English kid who's a problem because Andrew Tate highlights the real issue. They don't want to fix the issue. They want to assassinate the man who highlights the issue. That's what they want to do. They don't want to fix the symptoms of the disease. They want to kill the doctor for telling everyone there's a cancer. They want to get rid of me, because I make it very clear. If you look up any of the people who have been stabbing and killing below the age of 15, they're either brown like me or black. I'm not racist, I'm brown. I'm saying look at the skin color. They find the whitest kid in the world and put him on Adolescence, and then blame me and his white father. This doesn't happen. This is a psyop. It is a deliberate psyop. Since when does a Netflix show get the prime minister and the parliament and the whole matrix system behind it trying to push it out there to everybody? Why? Because they're going to try and convince the people at home that the native people of the UK, the people who have a right to their land, the people whose grandfathers died in a ditch to protect that land, they're going to try and convince you that you are the problem while opening up the border to people from God knows where with no passports, from war zones, who turn up with criminal intent. And they're going to try and say they're not the problem, you are. We need more migration. They want to replace every single white British person with someone from God knows where. It's no longer England then. And to do this is part of it. If you mention these things, like I am doing right now, you will catch a criminal conviction. They will put you in jail. What I am saying now is a criminal case. And I know it. And they can't stand that I don't give a fuck. Add it to the list of criminal convictions. Put me back in jail. I don't care. Because they're trying to scare everyone into not pointing out the pertinently obvious. Everybody knows what I'm saying is true. Everybody knows that's a psyop. Asher D knew it was a fucking psyop. Everyone knows it's a psyop. But people just shut up to pay their bills and think, maybe it'll be okay in the end.
The acting was okay, but it was very, very boring. And I'm wondering, how is it #1 trending on Netflix?
Because,
it doesn't make sense.
Because The Matrix pushes these things to the top. It's like celebrities. None of these celebrities, and no one gives a shit about these people. Let me give you an example. Michelle Obama just launched a podcast. I thought Michelle Obama was loved. Didn't you? Everyone loves Michelle Obama. She's Michelle Obama. She's great. She launches a podcast. Now Trump has won. The Matrix is not broken. It's cracked. It's damaged, but we haven't won. She launches a podcast on YouTube. No one watches it. She gets like 10,000 views. I thought Michelle Obama was loved. No, The Matrix pushes her to the front, pushes her to the top, tries to convince you she's loved. That's what they do. They look at things and they choose the narrative. If you say things they don't like me, they ban you. If you say things they do like, they push you to the top. If I was pro-transsexual and pro-immigration and all these crazy things, I'd be the most popular person in the world. They'd put me everywhere. So they deliberately rig the algorithm to try and convince everybody that this show is worth watching, because there's a big problem in the UK. There's a huge problem in the UK with young white boys walking around with knives stabbing each other. I'm sure you've seen it. It's young white kids. It's all the young white kids in London stabbing each other. You've seen that, right?
I mean, I live in Beaconsfield, so I don't see stabbings.
I'm
at all.
half black, half white. This is just obvious. It's not about being racist. It's about sitting saying, okay, there is a problem with the black youth in London. Most black people will admit that.
Do you not think though that the movie or the series, a lot of people said it was just about making sure that you know what your kids are watching? Do you not think that's a good message about being careful what your kids watch? Would you agree there? Would you agree in part with adolescence?
Well, I'd agree that you should be careful what your kids are learning.
Yeah.
Which includes watching. But if you want to be a responsible parent and you want to be worried about what your children are digesting in the modern world, then sure, adolescents should now encourage you to go and complain at your local school for teaching them LGBT bullshit at the age of 8 and trying to sexualize children. That's all in the school you're sending them to. You want to worry about me? Forget me. If you really want to watch adolescents and sit and go, I'm really concerned about my child's state of mind, go down to the school you send your kid to and learn what they're learning about sex. No 8-year-old needs to know about this shit. None. You only tell children an idea when the idea is too ridiculous for parents to believe, for adults to believe.
Yeah.
That's why you tell kids about Santa Claus. They don't know any better. They're deliberately aiming at the kids young because they're susceptible. Don't complain about me. Go complain at your local school. Then scroll YouTube. You think I'm the worst person on YouTube for saying what? Go to the gym, take responsibility for yourself, stick up for yourself, say what you really believe in, be accountable. I'm the worst person in the world. Scroll up and down YouTube. See all these fucking men putting on makeup and sexualizing kids and all this crazy shit. You're worried about me?